case one snaps, okay, because it can happen. All right, but in the Santa Maria, you have 10 rowers, one coach called the coxsman, one scuttler standing up at the head of the bow. So we have 10 rowers, one coxsman, one scuttler, a 33-foot boat, approximately 3,500 pounds, half a mile out. They'll turn the flag, half a mile back, 1 mile, approximately 5 minutes out, 5 minutes back, and whoever hits the beach and stops is your winner.
And the Greasy pole walkers, the first boatload is headed over. Oh no, the second boatload is headed over to the platform now. And again, if you're headed to Gloucester for the evening's festivities, there's not a lot of parking in town. So what you should do or could do is park on the periphery. And the mayor of Gloucester, Safati Romeo Taken, has suggested that you park up at Stage Fort Park, which is just across the harbor, and it's not that far. Probably about a half a mile walk from Stage 4 Park over to St. Peter's Square. And it's a beautiful walk along the waterfront, and if you're headed into town now and you're listening to this on the app on your smartphone, park out there, walk along the waterfront. You can actually see the activities as you do.
So we're going to give you a little bit of an update for the people that you might know same boats a little or you might not, and for the people that don't, that's right in front of us. We have the old champs, 10 rowers, one coxsman, one scuttler. The scuttler is standing up right now with the oar. He's going to keep the boat straight path to a flag a half a mile out, turn the boat. One side of the boat will stop rowing, the other side of the boat will row us, give nice turn rows, and turn it around with the scuttler. It's one of the most national anthem. It's a rowdy crowd. It's a rowdy crowd here today, Rick.
Well, yeah, the last row was not on the tape. Was that Whitney Houston or whoever? I don't know. Oh. But that wasn't on the tape. These are how many people are here, and they're pumped up and they're excited.
Can you hear me, Rick?
As to what's going on. Yeah, I can hear you. All
right,
you're good. That's what happens when it gets loud, John.
Right.
Stick with me, brother. We'll
get through this. Got to give seasoned veteran. All right, so let's get back to the rowing here. Here we have in front of us the old champs in the Santa Maria. And what's going to happen is they're going to row a half a mile out, half a mile back. Whoever hits the beach and stops is your winner. Two of them will advance to Sunday against the merger. You have Forze Furia, the Iron Village, and the old champs. Old champs in the Santa Maria, Iron Village in the Nina, Forze Furia in the Pinta.
All right, before these guys get lined up, it's time to take another break here. We've got to promote our sponsors who have done such a wonderful job sponsoring this. And again, on the app, the Streamography.com app, you can go ahead and give us a shout out, and Andrew Nakash will be taking a look at that. So we'll be right back from the Fiesta. The Sailboat race is just about ready to get underway.
Cranny Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
We're going to get right into it now. Right in front of us, to the left, you have Forza Furia in the Pinta, 2016 champion. In the middle, the old champs. In the boat to the right, today's favorite, Iron Village. So as you see, the boats are getting lined up. To the left, the Pinta. In the middle, the Santa Maria. To the right, the Nina. You're going to see the three boats getting lined up. They're trying to get a straight path to that pin. They're going to be taking some quick turns, quick short strokes to start. Usually it's 10 quick strokes, then they'll lengthen them out. Three boats are lined up. The scuttler is standing now with the oar. To the left, Mike Harmon. In the middle, Gino Mondello. To the right, you have another Gigoloni, Phil Gigoloni. Now the guy standing up right below the scuttler is the coxsman, the coach. To the left, Mike Jarvis. In the middle, Andy Orlando. To the right, Paul Gigoloni. What they're going to do now is the coaches are going to, one will put their hands up. You can see in the bow of the boat, they're taking little strokes. That's called feathering. The back two guys, like we say, like Fred Flintstone running in place, getting the boat going. Okay, so they're feathering. You'll see a coach put their arms up. Mike Jarvis is looking, hands are on his thighs. He's telling his crew, let's go, get ready. Andy Orlando in the middle. You can see his hands on his thighs, looking right, looking left. Hard in the middle boat, trying to make sure that his boat has a lead before he puts his arms up. When one coach puts his arms up, the next coach might not. When all three have their arms up one at a time, the race will start. The judge in the water will put his hands down, and they go. And now they're going to turn it around. This is a cat and mouse game, people. They're not going to start, just so you know. The coach is not going to put his hands up. The coxsman or coach is not going to put his hands up if he doesn't have at least a slight lead, especially the first one to put his hands up. So the coach is going to make sure that his boat has a slight lead, definitely not going to be behind. The middle boat has to look both ways. So now they're coming back again. These guys work year-round, working out and doing what it takes in the dories and the rowing machines to get ready for this race. This is the big one to get to Championship Sunday against the merger. Two boats out of the three will advance to the merger, against the merger in Sunday, Championship Sunday tomorrow, on who is going to be our 2018 champion. So they're going to take their time. Some people will get a little bit upset that it's taken so long, impatient. I would be doing the same thing if I was a coach. Mike Jarvis, the coxsman, of Forza Furia in the Pinta. In the middle, Andy Orlando, the old champs in the Santa Maria. Can they pull what could be a miracle in the rowing world? And we know in sports anything can happen. And in the right, we have the favorite today, Iron Village in the Nina. The more experience this crew gets, the better they get. They're a well-conditioned machine. Do they have the rowing experience to win today, advance to tomorrow, and take down the merger? Our 2017 champs, which is real hard to do to repeat. Our last repeat champion was Chaos. Chaos, a six-time champion, got knocked out by Forza Furia by a nose length on Wednesday. And Chaos, our last back-to-back champion in 2010, 2011. Chaos, a six-time champion, 2000, 2002, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. Chaos, six-time champion, 2012. They lost by about 2 seats, or they would have won 4 in a row, and then they won the next year, which would have been 5. They would have maybe tied Desire, the all-time champ. Desire, 1983, 1984, 1985, 1986. The only crew ever to get 4 in a row, Desire.
Well, while we wait for the boats to line up again, I'd like to remind you that on the app you've got a shout out, and all you have to do is type in what you'd like to say to Andrew, and Andrew will read it to you, and you'll be welcomed here at the Fiesta as you can't be here, but you can watch it. And Andrew will go over these shout-outs for us just as soon as he gets them. And that's right there on the app. Plus, again, you're seeing this live streaming, and this will be available both on Streamography.com and on MSO News Sports later on. Yesterday's races are available right now on Streamography.com as well as MSO News Sports. And if you're watching it on MSO News, you can see it right below where this broadcast is taking place now. We're at Pavilion Beach. The tide continues to go out, and so more and more people can get onto the beach, and it is a tremendous crowd. And you can also see that there are more pleasure craft out there as well. We started off with a lot of pleasure craft this afternoon. There are even more out there now. So Coast Guard, Harbor Master, Gloucester Police all out there policing the harbor. You can see the lights flashing. Those are the safety boats. And you'll notice also that the boats are lined up, the pleasure craft are lined up to the left and to the right, as the race course is from Pavilion Beach straight out to the flags that I imagine you can see in the picture when Jason goes out there. But you'll see the flags. These boats
Rick, here we go. They're lining up again.
From left to right to make their turn. Well, let's see if they get it started this time.
Ready, Rick? Here we go, Rick. There goes the bowman feathering. In the bow, taking little strokes to get it going. Mike Jarvis in the left in the Pinta. Forza Furia, the coach. Hands on his knees, looking to see if he has a lead. If you see his hands go up. In the middle, Andy Orlando, experienced coxman. In the right, you got Paul Gigaloni. Andy Orlando looking right, looking left, telling his crew, get ready. Get ready. Mike Jarvis already putting his hands up. It's a patent of Jarvis. He goes down to his knees. He does this. It's a major patent he might want to correct. Mike Jarvis, his hands on his knees. He's looking. None of the coaches have their hands up. Mike Jarvis saying to his crew, let's go. Get ready, boys. Get a lead. Andy Orlando looking right. Andy Orlando looking right. The coxman of the old champs. Andy Orlando up now. Old champs are trying to get to the greasy pole to shorten the race. Pull them back. So while we're here, let's get a couple shout-outs.
All right, hold on. All right, everybody. We have Joseph Moseri from the Bahamas tuning in. We have Pam Botcher from tuning in here. A shout-out to Rob Lucy and Rob Dorsey.
Okay.
I have what's called Viva Fever.
Andrew was at the Glass House last night a little too late. I told him my little brother shouldn't be drinking so much, but he decided to.
Fever.
So let's go with Pam Boucher. She's from, San Pedro, California. A shout out to Rob, Lucy, and Robin Thornton from California. I hope they are enjoying the Fiesta and visiting our large extended family. Wishing we could have joined them this year. So thank you for that shout out. We'll get you a couple more in a second. They're pulling it back again. This race is going to take some time. A highly anticipated Saturday 2018 same boat race. These guys condition year round for this race.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Greasy Boat platform too, John. There are still about maybe 7 or 8 Greasy Pole walkers still on Pavilion Beach trying to get out there, and that platform is jam-packed right now. So we're probably going to have a lot more walkers than we did last night.
Yeah, I'll give you that in 1 second, Rick. Let me look that up for you.
No, that's okay. It was just a little comment here to
45, Rick. I got to give you my favorite math teacher. I got to give you answers.
Something like 40-something yesterday, so it's not that many more, but there will be a lot. And again, the tide going out, it's going to be dead low soon, which means again it's a long drop down to the water. Now for the same boat races, they're further out, of course, to start than they might be at high tide. But that means you can put more people here on the beach, and the beach is absolutely jam-packed for a Saturday night event.
It is. Today we got a beautiful day on Pavilion Beach, the fort to the left. We have the Greasy Pole right here in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean next to Pavilion Beach. We had a packed Atlantic Ocean, hundreds of boats out there, thousands of people watching. To the right we have boats guiding the race course on the right. The boulevard, we'll call it. I lost my words there. I don't know how I can fit the boulevard. The boulevard is packed. To the left, we're lining up again.
No helicopters, though.
Not yet.
No helicopters.
Forza Furia, the 2016 champion with Mike Jarvis, the coach, the coxman, the scuttler, Mike Harmon, one of the legends. He had a phenomenal turn, the turn of Wednesday. He whipped his boat around against Chaos. They won by a nose, and that's usually what it comes down to, is the scuttler. Mike Harmon, I'm giving you that victory. I know you're a team guy and you say it's a team sport, but you got Chaos and Forza Furia have the rowers. Who's going to have the best turn? No disrespect to Timmy Oaks. He had a great turn too. Mike Harmon just edged it out. In the middle, the old champs, Andy Orlando, the coach, the coxman they call him, Scuttler, Gino Mondello, standing up. The old champs in the middle in the Santa Maria, a big underdog, but can they pull out a miracle? To the right, Iron Village, Paul Gigaloni, the coach, Phil Gigaloni, the Scuttler. To the left, Mike Jarvis and Forze Furia. You can see the Bowman going. Mike Jarvis, hands on his, when he leans forward, he's telling his guy, stroke harder, stroke harder. Andy Orlando in the middle, looking right and looking left. They're looking. Andy Orlando saying, get ready, get ready. Here they go. Andy Orlando, the old champs in the middle. Mike Jarvis, Forze Furia to the left. Andy Orlando is just saying, Mike, come on, pull it back, big guy. Mike says, no, we're not going to pull it back. It's a cat and mouse game, people. Mike Jarvis, one of the best coaches in the industry, puts together great crews every year. The crowd, you can hear the boo birds.
Oh, getting surly, huh?
And that's fine.
Yeah.
You're not going to start this race. People, just think about it. If you play baseball, do you want to start before the game starts in the first inning, down 5-0, and no one's thrown a pitch yet? That's what it's like when you let another team get a little bit of lead on you. You don't want to start any sport down before you even take the court, take the ice, take the field. So it's a great move by the coaches, not letting the other crew get an edge.
Beautiful weather here today. As you can see, the sea is calm. There's a little bit of a breeze, not much. You can see some of the flags on the pleasure craft are blowing. It looks like it's a southerly breeze, which means warm weather and a little bit of an overcast, but as the clouds break, it does get warmer. And I'll tell you what, in any kind of weather, I've seen these sailboat races in probably 50-degree weather sometimes in tough conditions, and these guys come back and they are absolutely soaked with perspiration. They put it out there, and there are some big dudes in these boats. And as I said, these oars are very, very strong pieces of wood, crafted, and you will see these things actually bend with the force of the rowers out there. And last year, I believe we had one boat that actually broke 2 oars in one seat, and they had a tough time. They were down 1 rower from the way out all the way back.
All right, we have a couple more shout-outs, Andrew. Let's see it. Your voice isn't working. We have another shout-out here. What do we call? Let's see. Is there a name? Andrew, there's no name. Oh, Jacob Spanks. Jacob, keep him just a little space in between the B and the S in your first name and last name, because it looks like Jacob Spanks. Okay? But anyway, from Gloucester, I love to watch this amazing event. Jacob Spanks, thanks for giving us a shout-out with Streamography, St. Peter's app. And here we go. Right in front of us, Mike Jarvis, Forze Furia in the Penta. Mike Harmon, the Scuttler in red. Mike Jarvis, the coxman, the coach standing. Vincenzo Terranova in the leader with Peter Mondello. John Francis, 20 pounds lighter, looking lean and hungry. Not in a disrespectful way, John. You're still an animal. Peter Terramina in the 2 seats. Sam Terramina and L.J. Robinson. Wayne Morris, Ray D'Amico, J.J. Pelazzola, Dave Lanquata.
To add a little flavor to this, Jim Tarantino, the public address announcer here and the announcing the races, scolding the boats, saying, come on, guys, pull them back to the beach and get this thing started. Get the boats back lined up on the beach so you got some room to feather and get going. So Jim actually scolding these guys to get started.
Another shout out from Stormy Gray. I love the name. Gloucester, grab it again, Michael Sanfilippo. Make us proud from our beach court seats. Viva. That's my pick of the day also, is Michael Sanfilippo. Michael Sanfilippo is a Friday champion, came real close last year. Sorry for that interruption. The director had something to say to me, and he's the boss. He just told me to make sure that I give more shout-outs. So send your shout-outs in. That's why we have a director, because I'll keep this all on the races, but we do have to talk about shout-outs and stuff as well. In the middle, the Santa Maria, the old champs, Scuttler, Gino Mondello, Coxman, Andy Orlando, Scott Morrissey, and Stevie Gooddick in the lead oar seats. John Scola, Tony Frontero, Mike Morrissey, Jay Prince, Joe Gigaloni, Jerry Shalino, Mike Galante, and Lenny Bellanti. Old champs loaded with veterans, loaded with titles. But do they have a little bit too much years under their belt in the age category? To the right, today's favorite in the Nina, Iron Village, Scuttler, Phil Gigaloni, Coxman, Paul Gigaloni. The lead oars, Paul Simon, Jay Hillenbricht, Paul Simon and Gilbert Brown, Ryan Mueller, what the? I'm butchering some of these names that I know. Chad Motta, David Nicastro, Derek Morris, Kellen O'Malley, Jerry Shimataro, Mike Tarantino. They're lining up again. And in the middle, Andy Orlando. His boat has a half a boat lead right now, and we haven't even started. Okay, so Andy, got to pull it back a little bit. Okay, so Mike Jarvis to the left. Mike Harmon, the scuttler with him. In red. In the middle, Andy Orlando. Gino Mondello, the scuttler, standing behind him. To the right, Paul Gigaloni. Standing by him, the scuttler, Phil Gigaloni. The coaches are looking. Mike Jarvis is looking. Andy Orlando in the middle, looking right, looking left. They're not going to let one boat get any edge at all. The bowman, the hands are up. Mike Jarvis, Paul Gigaloni, the hands are up. Andy Orlando looking right, looking left. Mike Jarvis, Mike put his hands up. He was ready to go. And they're going to pull him back again, people. You got to understand. You have to understand, pitcher being a hockey player in the first period. In the game hasn't even started yet, but someone tells you you're going to be down 2-0. They're not going to let that happen. So you got to keep going back and forth. Unfortunately, it is what it is. It's 90 degrees out. Enjoy a beautiful day. Enjoy a beautiful race. The Greasy pole right in front of us. 90 degrees out, Pavilion Beach in the Atlantic Ocean. You're in a beautiful community. No need to get so anxious. Couple more shout-outs. Here they come. Andrew Nicastro usually does our shout-outs, but the Gloucester House Cocktails did a little bit too much on him, and his voice is gone. He was saying, Viva. Magisa Modute Mute. Andrew was saying, Viva St. Pedro.
Well, as the boats turn about, the crowd again getting a little surly and urging these crews to get started. I'm wondering if you're in the middle where Mike Harmon is, and again, the scuttler just means he's the guy who steers the boat. He's the guy who's got the rudder, that long oar that goes into the from the stern out to the behind where it they make the turns. But Mike in the middle, he's going to look both left and right to see when their boats are lined up. These guys just jockeying from playing mind games too, just trying to psych out the other. But it's a hot day. People are on the beach. It's hotter down there on the beach, and they want to see this thing get started.
So in the middle, Rick, is Andy Orlando, and you're right. It is more difficult. You have to look left and right. We have a shout out here from Michael Spanks. Viva! I was born in Gloucester, and I love the Greasy Pole and boat races. Thank you, Michael, for that shout out. And here they go. We're lining up again. Jimmy T down below, kind of reprimanding the boats, but Jimmy knows firsthand from being a rower for many years that he would want nothing less from his coach to not put his hands up if his boat doesn't have an edge. But I like the way he's trying to get the crowd, stay behind the crowd here. But he would be behind the rowers and coxsman and scuttler if he was in the boat. So here we go, lining up again. Right in front of us, Mike Harmon. In the, what do we have? In the Pinta, sorry about that. In the Pinta right in front of us to the left, Mike Harmon, the scuttler. Mike Jarvis, the coach. Forze Furia. Vincenzo Terranova, Peter Mondello, John Francis, Peter Taramina, Sam Taramina, LJ Robinson, Wayne Morris, Ray D'Amico, JJ Pelazzola, and Dave Linquata, your 2016 champs.
Well, Jim is actually, again, directing the boats now. He's telling the boat off to the right, pull back, get back in line, and don't start until everybody's lined up here on the beach.
Now, the reason why the boat to the right doesn't want to come back too much is they don't want too much momentum coming towards the beach that can hurt them. So they're going to let it drift back a little bit.
To get them all in a stop position first. All on the previous 4 false starts, everybody's been moving forward to begin with. And Jim is just saying, come on, line up evenly at a stop and then go ahead and feather.
Okay, here we go. Here we go again. The bowmen are starting their little strokes called feathering. Like we said, it's like Fred Flintstone running in place, getting the car going. Mike Jarvis to the left, the coach. Mike Harmon, the scuttler. In the middle, Andy Orlando. Gino Mondello, the scuttler. To the right, Paul Gigaloni and Phil Gigaloni, the scuttler. The bowmen are taking their strokes. They're looking left. Andy Orlando in the middle, the old champs. Paul Gigaloni, hands go up, and they go up, and there they go! Iron Village, Forze Furia, the old champs. Ball 3 boats, pulling water. A great start, 10 quick strokes, Powerful strokes. The boat's jumping out of the water on the left with Forza Furia. All three boats got into great starts. It looks like Forza Furia might have jumped out to the best start. A lot of adrenaline on these boats. It looks like already Forza Furia to the left with a slight lead over the boat to the right, Iron Village, today's favorites. Forza Furia to the far left. To the far right, you have Iron Village, and in the middle, the old champs. We're going to get updates by the committee boat as they are rowing out. Forza Furia to the left. In the middle, the old champs. To the right, Iron Village. Waiting. It looks like there was an oar issue in the back of Iron Village. There was an oar in the air for a little bit, and it went in the air again. There's an oar problem to the right. You can see it to the right. There's an oar issue with the Iron Village. I think something snapped out of a pin. But to the right, there's an oar out of the water. And that's a problem rowing with 9 rowers against 10 men. But we do have an issue to the right. They have an oar issue, no doubt about it. Iron Village to the right. Old champs in the middle. Forza Furia to the left. We're waiting for an update from the committee boat. Vincent, what do we have?
The Nina's up by a half a boat. The Pinta's in second, and the Santa Maria is in a distant third.
All right, so Santa Maria looks like they're at a distant third already.
Looks like the Pinta over the Nina by 2 seats, and Santa Maria falling behind. Right up.
So we have the Pinta, you're saying?
No, dead even.
Pinta and Nina in a dead even rate. We got Forza Furia to the left. And we have to the right Iron Village. In the middle, the old champs. The old champs are getting blown out of this one. To the left, Forza Furia. To the right, Iron Village. What do we got?
We got a great race. First and second, great race. Pinta, Nina.
We got the Pinta to the left in the Forza Furia. We have the Nina to the right in the Iron Village. The middle crew is pretty much out of this race as of right now, unless they have a miracle at the turn. It's one of the only places that you can gain a lot of ground. We're waiting for an update from the committee boat. To the left, 2016 champ Forza Furia. Lost it in 2017 to the merger. To the right, Iron Village. To the left, Forza Furia. 2016 Forza Furia champion. Iron Village beat him in 2017 on Sunday by 4 to 5 boats. But the merger beat everyone by about another 10. Iron Village to the right, in the Nina, to the left, in the Pinta, Forza Furia. We have a dogfight on our hand. It's a dead even race going in. Vincent, what do we have?
I think we got Forza Furia.
Forza Furia, we just got an update by Vincent Orlando, the GOAT of the same boat world. He says on the committee boat that the Forza Furia in the Pinta has a lead, about a half a boat. What do we have?
They're gonna turn pretty close. Forza Furia is ahead.
Forza Furia with about a quarter boat to a half boat lead, getting ready to go into the turn.
Iron Village has had a little trouble. I've seen a bunch of oars. They're having some trouble. I don't know what the technical trouble is.
I think one of the pins snapped out. The committee boat is saying it right now. There they go. They're going into the turn. To the left, Forza Furia. To the right, Iron Village. The Pinta to the left, up Forza Furia. To the right, you have Iron Village in the Nina. The old champs are in the middle, straggling behind. To the left, Forza Furia. To the right, Iron Village. Forza Furia's out of it. Mike Harmon did it again. Phil Gigaloni in the Iron Village had some trouble with the turn again. We said it on Wednesday. It's been an issue for them in years past. Forza Furia. Vincent, did it look like Iron Village had trouble in the turn again?
It did. They had some trouble. They lost
Something's going on in the boat we said in Iron Village. Iron Village has some oar problems. We said it early in the race. Iron Village had 1 or 2 oars come out. It could be the pins. If they're not tied properly, or if they are tied properly and you give it a little too much exertion at the start, something can snap out. That's why you have a goat like Vincent Orlando as a coach, making sure these technical issues don't happen. Guys, you have a barn burner to the left. You have Forza Furia in the printer to the left. To the far right, you have the Iron Village. Vincent, the goat of the same boat world, is calling it a barn burner. 13 titles. Vincent Orlando. Update on the committee boat. What do you got, Vincent?
That's Forza Furia by 1 boat length.
Forza Furia up by a full boat on the Iron Village. To the left, in the Pinta, Forza Furia up by 1 boat. To the far right, Iron Village having oar issues. They're lucky that this is not Championship Sunday having oar issues, because when you have oar issues on Sunday, you lose races. To the left, Forza Furia up by a boat. To the far right, Iron Village down by a boat. 2016 champion, Forza Furia. The scuttler, Mike Harmon, whipped the boat around. Going into the turn, Forza Furia was up by about a quarter of a boat to a half. Coming out of the turn, they were up by more than a boat.
John, they're battling.
Here comes Iron Village to the right, making a move. Iron Village is making a move. Forza Furia to the left. Iron Village is making a move to the right. In the middle, the old champs is far behind. A boatload of old champs, though, no doubt about it. Legends in the middle boat, giving it everything they have. You gotta respect the old champs, no doubt about it. They have legends on their boat. To the far left, Forza Furia. To the far right, you have the Iron Village. To the left in the Pinta. To the right is the Nina. To the left is Forza Furia. To the right is the Iron Village.
Well, now at this point, these 2 boats, just keeping pace, are going to advance tomorrow. So do they need to go all out, or can they just dial it back a little bit?
That's a great question, Rick. You go all out. Whoever wins Saturday wins the race on Sunday 90% of the time, no doubt, especially in the last couple decades. To the far left, you have Forza Furia. To the far right, you got Iron Village. Iron Village set it for a neck and neck with anyone coming home. We're more conditioned than you. We're more conditioned than you, Iron Village said. The turn's gonna matter, but we will gain on you on the way home. To the left, Forza Furia. To the right, you got Iron Village. You roll all the way to the beach. There's no giving up. Champions of Saturday, Sunday, you go as hard as you can to the beach. You never lay down to anybody. To the left, you have Forza Furia. To the right, you have Iron Village. And they're getting ready for what's called the Greasy Pole Shuffle. Vincent, what do you have?
I can't tell from my angle. I think it's close, but
Forza Furia is up by about a nose length, which is about 2 seats. To the left, you have Forza Furia in the Pinta. To the right, you have the Iron Village. 2016 champ to the far left. To the right, you have yet Wednesday's demolishing champ, Iron Village. To the left, you got Forza Furia in a dogfight with Iron Village. These 2 boats are advancing to Sunday against the merger. To the left, you got the Pinta. To the right, you got Iron Village. To the left, Forza Furia. To the right, you got Iron Village in a battle. It looks like Forza Furia by a nose length. Forza Furia to the left. Iron Village to the right. It looks like it's going to be Forza Furia. And here comes Iron Village. Iron Village is making their one last move. Who's going to hit the beach first? It's going to be Forza Furia in the Pinta. By about a quarter of a boat. Forza Furia in the Pinta. The Nina has Iron Village coming in a close second. There's all issues in the Iron Village that they can easily tidy up. In the middle, you got the old champs. A boat full of legends. So what we have here right now, people, is Forza Furia advancing. Winning Saturday's competition. Mike Harmon, Mike Jarvis, Vincenzo Taramina, Vincenzo Terranova and Peter Mondello, John Francis and Peter Mondello. Sam Taramina, LJ Robinson, Wayne Morris, Ray D'Amico, JJ Pelazzola, and Dave Linquata. Iron Village in the Nina, Phil Gigaloni, Paul Simon, Jay Hillenbrecht, Ryan Mueller, Gilbert Brown, Paul Simon, Chad Mata, David Nicastro, Derek Morris and Kellen O'Malley, Jerry Shimataro, Mike Tarantino, and here comes the old champs, Gino Mondello, Andy Orlando, Scott Morrissey and Steve Goodek, John Stola and Tony Frontero, Mike Morrissey, Jay Prince, Joe Gigaloni, Jerry Shalino, Mike Galanti, and Lenny Belanti. A lot of great rowers in that boat. There's just animals in the boat to the left in the Pinta. In the Nina, the same thing to the right. They had oar issues in the Iron Village, no doubt. The Nina in the Iron Village had all kinds of oar issues on the way out. Not sure what happened, but there were oar issues going on. Forza Furia in the Pinta, the 2018 Saturday competition winner, advances to Sunday. In the Nina, Iron Village advances to Sunday, losing by about a quarter of a boat to Forza Furia. And now we have the Greasy Bowl competition, 2018 Greasy Bowl competition. Yesterday's winner was Frank Taramina, taking it down in the second round with an incredible walk. He's definitely a favorite today. An incredible walk, incredible grab. The second up will be Mike Sanfilippo. He's another favorite to take it down today. But we have Frank Taramina 1, Mike Sanfilippo 2. Frank Taramina won it 2018 Friday, which was yesterday. And we had Michael Sanfilippo, a tremendous walker, no doubt about it, is a favorite coming into today. Michael Sanfilippo. So Frank Taramina is Friday's winner. Frank Taramina winning it on Friday. So 2018, Frank Taramina is going to be going 1. He won it yesterday. Frank Taramina.
Well, tomorrow's St. Race Championship should be fairly interesting. These boats, the two boats, Forza Furia and Iron Village, finishing neck and neck. And the winning boat, I think you'd probably give it maybe two or 3 seat lead, because Iron Village hit the beach just after Forza Furia did. So should be a good race tomorrow with the the champs coming back. As you say, John, they absolutely ran away with it last year. So tomorrow's race should be of interest, I would think. And I'm not. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it's a runaway or not. But a great race, and even with oar problems, Iron Village just a nose, just a hair off the lead.
And it could be why that their turn, they came out of their turn a little bit later than they'd like to. And Mike Harmon with Forza Furia in the Pinta, who won, whipped his boat around, and they edged out the Nina and Iron Village. And Iron Village oar issues definitely cost them this race. So hopefully that's something that they're going to take care of.
So all the gesticulation by Mike Jarvis at the beginning there with his arms up, down, arms up, down.
There goes that one already.
We had our first walker. Was that Frank?
Frank Taramina, first walker. Next up, Michael Sanfilippo. He's your 2016 Friday champion.
And all the
Michael Sanfilippo.
All the theatrics by Mike Harmon in his boat as the coxswain paid off. So they did win, and they move on to the final round tomorrow. And you'll hear that here on MSO News Sports and Streamography.com. And again, it'll start around 4:45 or so.
There goes Michael Sanfilippo.
They'll do the same thing tomorrow. They'll have several false starts before they get it underway.
And third up is Ross Carlson, 2012 Friday winner. Ross Carlson, 2012.
So we need to stop talking. Okay. All right, John. After the next walker, we're gonna get a commercial in here, so we'll pause with our commentary. We'll still be showing it, but Andrew's going to run our video.
Bona Fiesta, from our family to yours. My name's Tom Malloy, and I'm third generation family here at Neptune's Harvest. where we've been operating a business on this property for nearly 100 years. St. Peter's Fiesta, held down the fort, is a tradition that encompasses family, fishing, faith, community, Italian heritage, hard work, and fun. All the things that make up Neptune's harvest. Yes, we still have fun and fish fertilizer. Our family is also from the fort and has run a business here for almost 100 years. It is a seafood company, and in an attempt to utilize 100% of the fish, ended up making fertilizer as well. Here's my mother to tell you about our products.
My name is Ann Malloy. I am the Director of Marketing and Sales and one of the owners of Neptune's Harvest Fertilizer. We have 9 main products right now. The straight fish, which is what we've started with, straight seaweed, a fish and seaweed blend, and then we've got some specialty products. One is a tomato and veg for the vegging formula, then rose and flowering for the flowering formula. And then we have 2 dry products, which is ground up crab and lobster shell, another way to utilize 100% of that, and a dry kelp meal, which is ground up seaweed. It's just such a fantastic product because it really works. It shows exceptional results on everything you grow, and it's a great way to utilize 100% of the fish, so you're not wasting anything. Any positive news to help the fishing industry is really important nowadays. So I think that we have a great niche, and I'd love to see it continue for many, many years to come.
Hey, welcome back to Streamography and the St. Peter's app. We're here with 2018 Greasy Pole Saturday. Friday champion Frank Taramina already have walked, and we're down to Anthony Novello. There goes Anthony Novello, I think that was. Let's see who we got. Yep, Tom Pendergast up here. The first round is your courtesy round. In the first round, you cannot win. You can't grab the flag. So first round, you get a courtesy walk. Nobody can win. There goes Tom Pendergast. Take some grease off. There's already a lot of grease off the pole.
Yeah, they said it was stacked up a lot thicker than yesterday, but already that first half of the pole has been cleaned out pretty well.
Absolutely. Here we go. Frank Pacheco. Frank Pacheco's up.
No, they're saying waving
Waving forward there? Nope, not Frank Mitchell. But Frank Pacheco. When you see the greasy pole walkers waving, they're not saying hi right now. They're saying go forward or back. Looking at the list.
The announcers aren't watching the signals though. Yeah. So we'll wait to see who's next.
Coming across right now in the Nina, Iron Village, just lost by about a bow's length, but does advance to Sunday against the merger in Forza Furia, and there goes. That was Frank Pacheco. So we did have it right. Now we have Noel Mitchell. Noel Mitchell up now. So Streamography and the St. Peter's app has their list correct. No doubt about it. Why would we not?
Oh, you were just the man.
No, it's Andrew. Andrew Nicastro, the director.
All right. Andrew's on top of it.
Yep, that's not me. He just hands it to me. Actually, I got my list from Vanessa Saputo, so that comes from the president of the St. Peter's Club's daughter, so that's actually who I got it from.
Doing a great job today, too, Andrew, of course, directing traffic as we watch this walk. Alex Sanfilippo was on the committee boat with a great job. Sean O'Loughlin is our drone operator, of course, and John Nicastro, the main announcer here today.
Oh, God.
Kazina on camera 1.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Rick. The guy just hit his belly. He just landed on his belly, and here we go. Another shout-out. Shout-out is from Tom Mortellaro. Bumming out. My air conditioner broke, leaking water into our house. Have to fix this. Going to miss Greasy Pole with a couple sad faces, but he's watching it on the app. So, Tommy, glad you're watching it on the app.
You know, and while you're home, if your refrigerator's still working, take a cool one, relax, and just watch this while you're taking care of business back there. Man, I feel your pain.
Yep, so you have Scott Lane and now up Dominic. What do we have? Brian Barrett up next. Brian Barrett.
Actually, breeze has picked up a little bit now from the south, and it feels pretty good here on land. I don't know how it is out there in the water. Water temperature probably, what, around 61?
I do not want to find out. I want it at about 85. So, Brian Barrett, Sean Kennedy up next. Who's going to win 2018 Saturday to advance to Championship Sunday? A gorgeous Sunday they're predicting, and you see a lot of boats. You see a lot of people on Pavilion Beach. To the fort, to the left, and to the right, you have the boulevard. You're going to have a packed house. And there goes Sean Kennedy. First round is the courtesy walk. You cannot win it in the first round. Everyone gets one walk. Giacomo Romeo up next. Giacomo Romeo. We're almost halfway through. Okay, the Greasy pole originated from Terracini, where the pole actually came out from rocks right out from the peninsula. It came from Terracini, and now it's in Gloucester, and it's been here for close to 100 years or so, dating back to the 30s. In the 1930s is when it started. In 1933 was the first year that we had the Greasy pole, and that year in 1931 it was Oratano Vincenzo, 31 and 32, back-to-back champion, 1931 and 32.
Well, right now it's partly cloudy, but the sun trying to break through the clouds. 77 degrees here in Gloucester. The wind is out of the south-southeast at 11 miles an hour. Humidity is 68%, dew point 65%, and the water temperature right now is a cool 61 degrees.
Maki Horgan just went. My buddy Maki Horgan whipping through. Just that's how he is as an athlete. When he's working out, he's quick, real fast, and he would be a crowd favorite to take it down. And right now we have Stephen Cadoni.
This is the courtesy round.
Courtesy round. You cannot win in the courtesy round. Everyone gets one walk. There's 45 walkers up there. Friday champion Frank Taramina is up there, the favorite for today. One of the all-time great grabs. And Mike Sanfilippo, number 2 behind him, 2017 Friday champion. And here we go with Anthony Romeo. We have on this poll, we have a lot of Friday champions, and some of the Friday champions won Saturday and then went to Sunday. But up there right now, you have Michael Sanfilippo, you have Ross Carlson, champions, and after that, most of the other guys that were on the Friday competition that started in 1999 are on Sunday. Okay, so here we go with Anthony Romeo. Anthony Romeo, we're getting about to the little over the halfway point. First round is a courtesy walk. There goes Anthony Romeo. And next up is going to be Ian Kennedy. Ian Kennedy up next. 2018 Saturday Greasy Pole competition with Streamography in the St. Peter's app. Thank you to our sponsors, Gloucester House, Jalapenos. We have the Cape Ann Brewery. We have Bank Gloucester, Cape Ann Savings Bank. We have Jalapenos, Blue Collar, and we also have Neptune Harvest. And here comes another walker. Whoa, that was a tough one and a really big splash. I'm going to leave it at that with John McQuarter. Okay, next up is Nicky T, a favorite today, Nick Taramina. Nick Taramina, he's a favorite. In the same boat competition, Forze Fury won by about a boat nose length, and there goes Nick Taramina. Next up, Tyler Parisi. Forze Fury edged out Iron Village by about a boat length, nose length. Sorry, not a boat length, a nose length over Iron Village. Forze Fury won, and Iron Village had some type of oar issues in their boat, and it most likely was why they lost by that little bit of a margin. Their turn needs to be tidied up once again as Mike Harmon whipped the boat around with the turn inside and cruised home to a close victory. And there goes Tyler Parisi. Next up is Doug Langley. Doug Langley is up next in our 2018 Saturday Greasy Pole competition. 2018 Friday champion Frank Taramina. There goes Doug Langley, 3 or 4 steps and a 25-foot drop down to a low tide. It's when it's low tide, you get that 25-foot drop, but you got a short swim in after the Greasy Pole competition is over. Another thing and there goes Mark Fernandez. Another thing that's a little bit difficult with low tide is when you're climbing the ladder in the back, you got to pull yourself up, and low tide, there's a lot of barnacles on the first few steps that can really hurt your hands. So we have Marcus Catone up next, and Marcus Catone. Thank you for our list for Streamography in the St. Peter's app from Vanessa Saputo getting us that list and really nailing it for us, because next up is Josh Gove.
Okay, the next rocker, Josh Gove.
Josh Gove. 2018 Sunday, Championship Sunday, the merger, same boat champs, 2017 against Forze Furia in the Iron Village. 2018 Friday Greasy Pole competition champion Frank Terramina, and up next right now with the that was a good walk right there. We had Josh Gove. Next up is Brady Parisi.
Next one, Brady Parisi.
Brady Parisi. We have some of the all-time great walkers like Peter Black Frontero, 9-time champion, 7 in a row, and you also have some of the people that didn't have as many steps in their walks, like Brady's dad, Brian Parisi. They called him Two-Step Brian. He had 2 steps, usually in the first round 1 step, in the second round 1 step, and it equaled 2 steps. And now you have Sean Doan, East Gloucester Viking. Great organization, the East Gloucester Vikings Youth Football. A tremendous tight end, caught about 8 touchdown passes in his B-team championship year. Sean Doan. Sean Doan, a nice little fall there. And next up, we have Tyler Mahoney.
Next rocker, Mike Whitney.
I'm not seeing any of the donuts and stuff out there. I can't. I put my field glasses on it. But the grease is really, really thick. It's looks like it's 6 or 7 inches thick out there at the end.
Yeah. I think that was Mike Whitney. Okay, here we go. David James Sudbay, DJ David James Sudbay, from the Sudbay family. David James Sudbay.
There you go. The next rocker.
How far along are we in the first round? You have any idea?
We're almost through it. We're almost
really?
through it here. Let's
Already?
see. We have Killian Morrissey up now. We have, about 7 or 8 more walkers. Whoa, there's a little jump by Killian Morrissey. Next up is Michael Oliver. He's 38th on the list, and we have 45 total. So Michael Oliver, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty in the first round. Is your courtesy round. Nobody can win it in the first round. You're not allowed to win it in the first round. Is there ever going to be another Peter Black Frontera, Selby Benson? The two of the greats. That was a good walk by Michael Oliver. Next up is Michael Manise. Will there ever be another Peter Black Frontero, 9-time champion? He won it 7 times in a row. He always won it on Sundays, walking for his dad, Joe Black Frontero. He never walked on a Friday, never walked on a Saturday, only won it on Sunday. Also, Selby Benson, one of the all-time greats. Peter Black Frontero, they consider him the GOAT. Many people, 1984 champ at 14 years old, then won it again in 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, and again in 2004. 9-time champion, the GOAT, Peter Black Frontero. Will we ever have another one? You got to get to 1 before you can get to 9. And you got to get to 1 before you can get 7 in a row. So we got, I believe we have Pat Kelly up here. Oh, Sean Doan is out of order. Vanessa Saputo. This list is off just a tad. Okay, so Sean Doan, East Gloucester Viking up now. 7 touchdowns is B team. Yeah, there goes Sean Doan, and whoop, that was a tough one. He's spinning around like a little top. Okay, and now we have, the list is off a little bit here, so we're going to I think we have.
Yeah, they show how tough these guys are too, John. A lot of these guys say some really bad faults, and you know they're hurting. They hit the water 26 feet later, which is another indignity that they have to suffer. But man, they come right up to the top, right up to the surface, waves their arms like, okay, I'm all right, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Tough guys.
I walked for five years or so in my early 20s, and it's not easy walking the pole. It's a lot of grease on that thing. And there goes Tyler Mahoney Eggers.
Well, it's one thing if you can fall with some kind of control, like that last walker just did, and you can just sort of jump into the water. But when you smack your rear end, or you smack your groin, or you smack your head or your chest, and then do some somersaults and have no control hitting the water, it's just double damage.
Here we go with Pat Kelly. Pat Kelly, here we go. The list is off just a little bit. Pat Kelly is up right now. Here we go with Paul Mizuraka. We're getting to the nitty-gritty. The courtesy round is almost over. In the courtesy round, you cannot take it in the first round. And people learned that, someone learned that the hard way back in the 70s when they grabbed it the first round, swam it to the beach, and Matza Giamanco had something different to say about it as he swam in, asked for the flag back. He didn't give him the flag back. The guy swung the flag at him. Matza did the old one-step, two-step disco move and kind of gave him a little bit of a big brother slap, took the flag back, nailed it back up, and the Greasy Pole competition continued. Matza Giamanco, the sheriff, retired from Greasy Pole walking. Last year was his final year, an all-time champion, won 5 or 6 times. Matza, I'll look it up for you so I have it more accurate. Matza Giamanco, making sure you don't take it in the first round. And here we go. We're getting to the end of the first round. Josh Oliver. Okay, we have Zachary Mitchell. The list is off just a tad, but we'll get the names. Zachary Mitchell, 3 steps and out. Next up is Josh Oliver, I think. Josh Oliver is up. So we have Josh Oliver. Josh Oliver, and next is up Terrence Lane. He's a good walker. Terrence Lane. Terrence Lane. Terrence Lane.
We had several emergencies on the beach last night for people, I think, just getting sick. And so far today, knocking on wood here, everything is fine. You see the emergency boats, the police boats. I think that's Coast Guard boats out there with the Zodiacs. The Coast Guard's out there as well, just getting in position, as are the Harbor Master boats. And there are probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 emergency vehicles, or at least officials out there, Coast Guard boats, Harbor Master boats, and Gloucester police boats.
So Terrence Lane is up. Ryan Apt is on deck, and here you go. It's going to be the last walker is Ryan Apt. He's the last walker of the courtesy round 2018 Saturday competition. On deck, your 2018 Friday champion, Frank Taramina. There goes Ryan Apt. The first round is over. And the second round is live.
Nobody really got even past the halfway. Well, I think one walker got past the halfway mark on that courtesy round.
Here we go, your 2018 champion, Frank Taramina. Here he goes. He's out to the halfway point. He's going through the thick grease, and that's when it gets slippery, people. You have about 8 to 12 inches of grease on there, an apple thrown in, a banana, an orange, maybe sometimes a peach. What was it? Oh, they added somebody. They tried to trick us. Tricks are for kids. Okay, so here we go. Now it's Frank Taramina. I thought that was Frank. I was going to say it looked a little different than Frank, but your 2018 Friday champion, Frank Taramina, won it with one of the great grabs.
We want to remind people to send us those shout-outs. We want to know where you're from, where you're watching from, where you are looking at this video from, whether it's home or away. Let us know. And John will read it. He'll read your app out here and give you a little publicity as well. Andrew just not capable. Andrew recovering from a vocal injury.
There he goes, Rick. Frank Taramina. He little off balance coming out of the gate, Rick.
Viva Fever. Viva Fever. He says Viva Fever.
He had Viva Fever, no doubt about it, saying it with a high pitch. And here comes a favorite on the beach, the San Filippo's. A lot of them on this beach.
And
Michael Sanfilippo, your 2017 Friday champion, came real close to winning it on Saturday. And there goes Michael Sanfilippo. He's quick and steady. Michael Sanfilippo! He grabbed it! Michael Sanfilippo! 2018 Saturday champion! 2017 Friday champion! Second round! Second walker! Michael Sanfilippo! Your 2018 Saturday champion! Michael Sanfilippo! A heavy favorite We love it. That was my pick for the week Saturday. Michael Sanfilippo grabbed it down and he nailed our pick with Streamography. Streamography's pick of the day was Michael Sanfilippo, and we nailed it on the St. Peter's app. Michael Sanfilippo, your 2018 Saturday champion, second round, second walker, a ton of grease. Like, show us the grease. Zoom in on this grease. Look at all that grease up there, Rick. Michael Sanfilippo went through that grease. That was like Tom Brady chopping apart the Seattle defense in the fourth quarter.
Or more importantly, the Atlanta Falcons defense. But I got to get you to select the lottery pick for me, because great job. And as you say, the second walker, and there is a tremendous amount of grease out there. So that was a tremendous walk by Mike Sanfilippo.
Michael Sanfilippo, your 2018 Saturday champion, as he went through a lot of grease.
Not good.
All right, while we watch the champ swim in, and we bring our Saturday sports broadcast to a close, we'll be back right after this.
At Cranny Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
Okay, back with Streamography and the St. Peter's app. As you can see, Michael Sanfilippo swimming in. Tradition to have the other walkers get you onto their shoulders and walk you up Beach Court, where his family lives right on the corner here. And there's the Sanfilippo family. We got a shout out earlier saying that Michael Sanfilippo is going to take it down. Viva, he did. Michael Sanfilippo, your 2017 Friday champion, your 2018 Saturday champion. He has the greasy pole, the Italian flag colors up high as the tradition carries on. Michael Sanfilippo being carried to the beach, Pavilion Beach. He'll come up the beach and he'll go down Beach Court on one of the great walks. Michael Sanfilippo, there is a lot of grease on that pole still. The Sunday walkers better be worried, because you have a courtesy walk in Michael Sanfilippo going first in the second round. You might not get a walk. For real. In 2018, Michael Sanfilippo carrying it up. Here he comes. Your Saturday champion, Michael Sanfilippo. Michael Sanfilippo, 2017 Friday, 2018 Saturday. Michael Sanfilippo, there it is, your champion, coming up Pavilion Beach, carried by the Greasy Bowl walkers, going up Beach Court, the tradition, Michael Sanfilippo.
All right, and we should remind everybody, too, of our same boat winners tonight, Forza Furia and Iron Village. They'll proceed to the finals tomorrow against the merger, and we'll have that broadcast here on MSO News Sports along with Streamography.com. I want to thank all of our fantastic sponsors once again for supporting St. Peter's Fiesta and the sporting events here. You got more shout-outs? Okay, let's get those done first.
Okay, so here we go. We have more shout-outs. Let's see what we have here. We have Nikki Gordon from Swats Creek, Missouri. Born and raised in Gloucester, watching from my new home in Missouri. Be back to visit in August. Thank you so much for the broadcast. You're welcome, Nikki. And the next one we have for a shout out is, let's see here, shout out from Vince Pelizzola. So Vince Pelizzola, Gloucester, Mass. Viva St. Pedro. Great job, gang and Rick. And next
Thank you,
up
Mr.
here,
P. Appreciate it. Thank you.
next up we have, let's see, Mariah Place, Maysville, North Carolina. Shout out from Mariah Place. Thank you for the shout outs. And let's get back to, like Rick was saying, we have the merger.
I want to know where that place in Missouri. Was that a real place?
I don't. Well, she said it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. All right. Anyways, we appreciate that. And again, do this again tomorrow. More shout-outs tomorrow. I want to let you know where you're watching from. Let us know, and we'll be glad to read these on the air. It's a lot of fun to connect with people all over the place who are from Gloucester. And I'll tell you, I'm not from Gloucester originally. I've only been here for 56 years, I think, something like that. Let me do the quick math. 53 years. So I'm still a newcomer, and I tell you what, my dad retired here after he left the service, and looking out at the harbor at all these pleasure craft and all these people on the beach and the great sporting events that we just watched here on Streamography.com, there's no better place on earth. This is the most fantastic place, so let us know if you're not from the area. And like Vincent Pelizzola, if you're here in Gloucester, let us know that too. But again, thank you so much to the great support we got from our businesses in the area, from the sponsors, the Cape Ann Savings Bank, the Gloucester House, Blue Collar Lobster, and of course the Linquata family. By Neptune's Harvest, we appreciate all the help and all the support that they've given over the years. Jalapenos, we should point out, Coach, you're very familiar with them. They've had a lot of fundraisers for high school sporting events over there.
Yes, they do. They donate back a lot. Jalapenos, thank you for always donating to many different organizations throughout the community.
Great community support. Cape Ann Brewery as well. We appreciate your support for this broadcast. Cranny Home Services, and good enough to lend Andrew to us to direct this tremendous broadcast tonight. So thank you to Cranny, well known in the area all over the North Shore, and of course to Bank Gloucester. We appreciate your help as well. Thank you to all these terrific sponsors. And I want to mention one more time tonight's crew. We want to thank especially Jason Fazina, who does so many of our football games here on MSO News Sports. Jason on camera number 1 here from the porch of Janet and Craig Holmes, who were so nice to lend us their front porch, which is up on the 3rd floor here on Pavilion Beach. So Jason on camera number 1, Alex Sanfilippo. Camera number 2, he's in the committee boat following the Sainboat races. Also, Sean O'Loughlin on drone does an amazing job getting those videos out there with the Greasy pole walkers, and you go right into their eyes. And of course to Andrew Nicastro, our director and producer today, and of course to John Nicastro, our host and our play-by-play announcer. Thanks, John.
And you as well, Rick, obviously doing a tremendous job. And so we're just going to give you a little bit of a rundown and recap for today, and then we're going to call it a day. So the winner in our 2018 Saturday competition for Sainboats was Forza Furia, just edging out Iron Village by about I would say the nose of the boat, but the 2 boats advance. Forza Fury and Iron Village. And one thing I will say is I said that most boats that win on Saturday typically win on Sunday over the last decade. And I'm going to take that back, Rick, and the reason why is because Iron Village had some oar issues, and I think if they did not have oar issues, they would have won. So I'm going to say Forza Furia, Iron Village. We're going to go with the odds. One of you 2 boats will be our 2018 champion. No disrespect to the merger.
Just like that, you're throwing out the merger. All right, we'll be back for this one.
The merger, Scuttler Joe Balbo, Coxman Vito Gigoloni Sr., Dylan Morrissey, Chris Gigoloni, Vito Gigoloni, Clayton Morrissey, Rob Morrissey, Mike Mitchell, Nick Gigoloni, Seth Morrissey, Mark Gigoloni, Zach Morrissey. I'm going with Moneyball statistics. The last decade, whoever won Saturday typically won Sunday. The merger, Iron Village, and Forza Furia, your Saturday competition winner, will showdown tomorrow in what's going to be a highly anticipated battle. And in the competition for Greasy Pole today, your 2018 Greasy Pole champ, Michael Sanfilippo. He went through the grease, second walker in the first round. There's still a ton of grease on the pole. They don't even need to grease up the second half. Michael Sanfilippo's 5 footprints are the only areas they have to fill in.
That's right.
So
you had better take it easy and not get that. What is it called? Viva Fever? You got to take it easy because we need your pipes tomorrow.
Absolutely. I know how to control it. So thank you, Andrew, the director. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rick. Streamography, your St. Peter's app. Bona Fiesta, the St. Peter's Fiesta with Streamography, the St. Peter's app. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Championship Sunday. Congratulations to Michael Sanfilippo, your 2018 Greasy Pole champion, the heavy favorite to win it tomorrow in Forza Furia in Iron Village. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bona Fiesta, from our family to yours. My name's Tom Malloy, and I'm third generation family here at Neptune's Harvest, where we've been operating a business on this property for nearly 100 years. St. Peter's Fiesta, held down the fort, is a tradition that encompasses family, fishing, faith, community, Italian heritage, hard work, and fun. All the things that make up Neptune's Harvest. Yes, we still have fun and fish fertilizer. Our family is also from the fort and has run a business here for almost 100 years. It is a seafood company, and in an attempt to utilize 100% of the fish, ended up making fertilizer as well. Here's my mother to tell you about our products.
My name is Ann Malloy. I am the Director of Marketing and Sales and one of the owners of Neptune's Harvest Fertilizer. We have 9 main products right now. The straight fish, which is what we started with, straight seaweed, a fish and seaweed blend, and then we've got some specialty products. One is a tomato and veg for the vegging formula, then rose and flowering for the flowering formula, and then we have 2 dry.
Elsewhere, it's going to be near 90 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, this is a look at the heat index at about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like it's in the lower 90s, Boston, all the way up into Portsmouth.
Are you like this guy, struggling year in and year out to get that heavy AC back in the window? In only a couple of hours, Cranny Home Services can easily install a sleek ductless split unit so you never have to go through the struggle again. They're far more efficient than traditional air conditioners, your walls and ceilings won't have to be ripped apart, you'll never have to move it, and it even gives off some heat in the winter. So if you want to learn more about how you can save money and aggravation with the ductless split unit, we'd love to chat with you here at Cranny Home Services. You can give us a call at 1-800-CRANNY or visit our website at Cranny.
Cranny Home Services, a satisfied customer is a beautiful thing.
For a growing business, things can move pretty quickly. That's why it's important to bank with someone who won't hold you back. At Cape Ann Savings Bank, we have built our reputation on our quick, local decision-making. Our lending officers know this area and what it takes to get business done here. Cape Ann Savings Bank, a local bank that can keep up with your business.
Bona Fiesta! From our family to yours. My name's Tom Malloy, and I'm third generation family here at Neptune's Harvest, where we've been operating a business on this property for nearly 100 years. St. Peter's Fiesta, held down the fort, is a tradition that encompasses family, fishing, faith, community, Italian heritage, hard work, and fun. All the things that make up Neptune's Harvest. Yes, we still have fun and fish fertilizer. Our family is also from the fort and has run a business here for almost 100 years. It is a seafood company, and in an attempt to utilize 100% of the fish, ended up making fertilizer as well. Here's my mother to tell you about our products.
My name is Ann Malloy. I am the Director of Marketing and Sales and one of the owners of Neptune's Harvest Fertilizer. We have 9 main products right now. The straight fish, which is what we've started with, straight seaweed, a fish and seaweed blend, and then we've got some specialty products. One is a tomato and veg for the vegging formula, then rose and flowering for the flowering formula. And then we have 2 dry products, which is ground up crab.